us, we're going to be using our small toted therapy balls, an alpha ball, and a block. So if you don't have an alpha ball, that's fine. Your toted balls will suffice. It'll just be a little more kind of precision that you will get with the smaller ball. Today, we are going to begin with a release of the muscles through our face. And when our facial muscles are tense, when we are stressed out, we hold a lot of tension there. Scrunching up our eyes, we're kind of clenching our jaw. That might even be when you're sleeping at night and you are habitually doing that and you don't even know it. So take one free Yoga Tune-Up smaller ball out of its tote, and we're going to begin just between the eyes. So you're going to place the ball there and almost have a sense of like lifting up, almost like you're have a spin on the ball. And if you tend to furrow your brow quite often like I do, this is also going to help kind of get some of those lines out. It's also just creating a sense of circulation. So it's going to bring blood flow here. And you can start to work out over the side of your eyebrow as well. Almost like you're creating a V shape. Good. So now take your other toted ball out. And you are going to come in on your temples. So place the ball on your temple and just kind of find that rolling action, but this time you're going to roll away, almost like it's kind of pulling your eyes back towards your ears. And so you're the driver of the pressure here. If you want to add more, press firmer. If you want to ease up, bring more of a delicate touch in. And then pause when you feel like you're right over that muscle. And you'll know that you're there when you clench your jaw. So clench your jaw, feel that muscle press out into your ball, and then relax your jaw. And have the idea now of just gently drawing back towards your ears. Hold the pressure this time and create movement in your jaw. Our vagus nerve is directly related to our facial muscles. And when we start to release tension here, it is going to activate our nervous system more into a calm, restful place. And you may be feeling that already. And place the balls down for a second. And for the next few workings on our face, we're actually just going to use our fingers. So I want to kind of get into the inner ear. So not up high and not into the ear canal, but just kind of that in between layer. Now you're just going to kind of like take your fingers and you're just going to massage in this area as well. And it's normal to kind of hear some crunching sounds, that crepitus. It's not too often that you think about massaging your ears, just another place that is, again, connected to that vagus nerve. And we'll give it one more sweep. And then take your index fingers now. I'm just going to kind of move the mic up a little bit here, but you're going to take your index fingers, you know, your kind of your nose scruncher muscles. I don't know exactly what they're called, but we're going to activate and release these muscles. So you're just going to kind of press it. It's going to make a funny face, but I swear it feels really good. And it almost have the sense of like, it looks really funny when you're talking. But almost have a sense of like allowing your face to come forward and down while you're doing it. And just kind of hold, almost like you're holding your face up with your fingers. I can't believe I'm doing this on camera. And if it feels like mine, it's pretty tense. Must be scrunching up my nose a lot. Like you're smelling bad cheese. Good. And then just kind of smear your fingers out and work just in front of your ears now. And if you clench your jaw here and move your jaw around, you'll be able to feel the connection there as well. So you're kind of just below there, rolling around. And then start to move your fingers more behind your ears, and it would be to the back of your jawline. And then take your fingers all along the jawline and down. And almost feel like you're just kind of pulling the skin forward a little bit. Good. Okay, we can release. So hopefully your face is feeling nice and tingly. We've got some blood flow taking place there. And this soft face is going to just keep encouraging the relaxation through the rest of your body. So that's also something that is great to do. Just kind of take a work break and give you your own little face massage. I think we maybe did almost 10 minutes there, and it just feels really rejuvenating. So something that you can take along with you. From here, we're actually going to move right into our hands. We spend a lot of our day holding on to our small little devices, cell phones, iPads, all kinds of things. So we're going to take a harder surface. I'm just going to try to prop up these blocks so that you can see. And you're going to take a free ball and you're going to place your ball just down kind of at the base of your thumb, but more into your palm. And you're going to apply a bit of pressure there. And you're going to take your other hand over top. So you could just use it on a block on your mat. I'm just kind of propping myself up more so you can see yourself. So you can see yourself. So you can see me and what's taking place. Good. So hold that firm pressure. And then find a sense of wiggling back and forth, almost like a little rinsing out. And you should feel that kind of move throughout your palm a bit, immobilizing right into that thumb joint. And now we're going to do the thumb splits. So you're going to take the thumb and the index finger. So the end shape is going to be like this, and you're going to press down. Firm pressure, deep breaths. Good. And then releasing, you're just going to roll all around your palm, and the added pressure of the other hand can feel really good. And then we'll come into the other hand. So right under the base of the thumb, but on the palm. Apply pressure and add the opposite hand. Again, you're the driver of the sensation that you're looking for here. So move accordingly. Incorporate that subtle movement side to side now. Mobilizing into the thumb joint. And then we'll come in for the thumb splits on this side as well. So right between the index finger and the thumb, pressing down. You may notice already a side that feels a little more tender or tight than the other. Might be the one that you hold your cell phone with. And then we'll move into that global roll all over the palm. Opportunity again to add the pressure of the opposite hand. So finishing up, grab your tote, and we're going to place the therapy balls back in. Keeping them confined here because we're going to roll out the lower arm. This is really great for typers. It is also helpful for people with carpal tunnel, whether you get that from typing or pregnancy. So you're going to take the pinky side and you're going to place it right in between the toted section. So you're going to have it kind of on your mat or on your block, and you're just going to roll up and down the side of the wrist and heading up your forearm. Almost like a rolling pin type action here. The more you press your arm down, the more pressure and resistance you'll get. I like the sensation of the net around the balls. I find it gives a little bit of pull to the skin, and it kind of helps create that sense of movement in the tissues. And then we're going to switch over to our other arm. Pinky side moves in, and it's just a rolling back and forth action. Okay, I got a few more rolling pin like actions in here. And then we'll finish up there. So we're going to kind of do the same thing, but now we're going to head down to our feet. So you can release one of the small toted balls, and we're going to find our way to a standing position. So you are going to take the ball and you're going to bring it right under your big toe, much like you started under your thumb. And you're just going to apply pressure by pressing down, and you're going to release and lift up. So let's do that a few times. Press down and lift, down and lift. So now when you're pressing down, you're going to shear. So you're going to roll towards your pinky toe, and then you're going to roll back towards your big toe. The base, right where the toes are connecting to the foot. Pause when you land back on your big toe. Keep that firm pressure down, and you're going to roll up through the arch of your foot and towards your heel. Nice and slow. Keep pressing down until the ball of your foot connects, and the ball is now under your heel. Firmly press your heel down, and then release and lift. Firmly press down, release and lift. Do that a few more times. Almost like a pumping action that comes in at the heel. Firmly press the heel down and begin to roll the ball more up the center of the foot, but keep that firm pressure, firm pressure, firm pressure. And once you arrive back to the base of the toes, roll it more out to the pinky toe edge. Firm pressure down, and we'll start to roll all along the outer edge of the foot. Ooh, take your time, no rush to get anywhere. Eventually arriving at your heel. Take 2 pumps here, down and up. And release. You can roll that ball over to the other foot. Connect down, big toe. Hold firm pressure and release. Mimic that a few times. And then firm pressure down to hold, roll the ball towards the pinky toe side, and whoop, back again towards the big toe a few times. Trying to keep control of these things. Pause when you're back towards your big toe, rolling all up the inner arch of the foot. Again, controlled, slow movements, eventually arriving under your heel where we'll press and release. It's a nice self foot massage. This is great if you've been in restrictive shoes for a majority of your day, kind of freeing your feet here. And the next time you're pressing down through the heel, keep that pressure come right up what feels like the center of your foot. When you arrive at the base of the toes, move it out to the pinky edge and start rolling up the outer edge of your foot. And come back to the heel, find that 2 times press and release. And then we're coming down. Return this ball into its tote. Close the mat. Allow yourself to find a seated position. You're going to bring the toted balls underneath your calf muscle, so the lower back part of your leg, and then come down to a laying position. When you get down, you're going to move the foot of the leg that the balls are underneath. So flex the toes towards your nose and then point them forward. And you'll feel that calf muscle working over the therapy balls. And pause the movement, cross the opposite leg over top. Take a few deep breaths now that we've added extra pressure. Bring your arms along down the side of your body, firming into your palms. Think of lifting your hips. Even if they don't lift, that action is going to put a lot of pressure onto the calf, absorbing those therapy balls. Find that place where it's manageable sensations for you to breathe deeply. For many, this can be quite intense. Lower your hips back to full connection. Uncross the leg and slide the therapy balls over to your other calf. So to start, therapy balls arrive in the meat of the calf and we mobilize the ankle. The movement of the calf, obviously directly related to our ankle movement. Let's pause the movement of the foot. Opposite leg crossing over at the ankle. We breathe deeply a few times, adjusting to the added pressure. Arms come down to your sides, palms connected. And it is even just the thought of the hips lifting, or perhaps they do, it doesn't matter, but just find that place where you meet the sensation that you need today. Steady breaths. Maintaining those relaxed facial muscles here. Full connection, release of the hips. Let's uncross the leg and bring both of our feet to the mat. Just pausing for a moment. allowing the sensations to subside. From here, we are going to release the smaller balls from the tote. And on the back of your pelvis, there's kind of a spot on some that you would know as a landmark. They almost look like two indents. And this is the start of kind of where that piriformis comes in. So let's lift the hips up and see if we can find that place. So we're going to mobilize our SI joint, our sacroiliac joint, and starting to get into some hip work. When you've lowered down and found that pressure, I just want you to shimmy kind of side to side. So it's real subtle. You're maybe moving, about an inch left to right. And you can readjust the therapy balls as you need. Just about 5 or 10 more seconds in that shimmy side to side. Come back to center. Brace into your feet, lift the hips up just enough. So now you're moving more and kind of to the soft tissues of each glute. So lower back down. And you should kind of be between a bony prominent area. So now take your knees out to the sides and then lift them back up. And you can readjust. You'll know when you're there. Again, this can be quite intense for some people. A very small muscle that can be quite difficult to target with movement, but these therapy balls are a great way to really kind of dig in there. Remembering again that the muscles throughout the face are still soft, encouraging that relaxation, calm response from the body. Next time your knees face the ceiling, pause. You're going to allow the legs to come towards the right side, just enough that you can release that left ball. Hold on to it with your hand. And now create kind of like a circular movement with your hips, rolling in, digging around into your glute. You may be feeling a bony area in there. You're kind of looking to maneuver around that landmark where a lot of muscles, tendons, and fascia are coming together. A reminder that you can relocate the ball as you need as we continue to kind of shift around here. Well, let's start to settle more into a still place on this side. So you could be propped on the left foot, right knees kind of down to the side. And we're trying to relax over this particularly tight place that you found. Slowly begin to lift that right knee up an inch, 2, maybe 3, and lower it down with control. Do that a few more times, just in your own pace. Steady breaths. Next time your right knee lowers down, preparing to slide that left ball in, coming back more to that starting position. Left leg lowers down, lifting the right hip just enough that you can now take that right side out and begin the movement on the left side. Keep your movement controlled. Eventually settling into that target area that you would like to focus your attention on. Deep breaths, seeing if you can find a sense of absorbing the therapy ball. Notice any unnecessary clenching that you might be able to let go of. And starting to create a bit of movement again. Ooh. Left knee starting to come up and lower down. Height varies for everyone, and it may be different from the last side that you just did. Next time the knee is lowering down, we'll return up to that neutral position. Let's lift the hips quite a bit, and you're going to slide the balls back into those dimply areas on your back. Do that subtle shimmy side to side. Notice if it feels any different now that we've kind of maneuvered into the depths of your glutes. And come back to center. You're going to take the smaller toted balls off to the side, and you're going to get your alpha ball, And you're going to come to lay, we'll say on your right side first. So we're going to start to get kind of into our lats, which is just like a really big muscle that comes up the side body, has this kind of beautiful spiral, and it moves into the armpit area. So you're going to lower down into this side laying position with the bottom arm overhead. I'm just going to start to work side to side. So it looks like I'm rolling my chest down and then I'm rolling the ball towards the back line. If this is too intense, you can take this to the wall and create the same action. Place the ball onto the wall, and then we're just rolling side to side. And you could start to work your way up towards your armpit and back down and all around this side area where the muscle kind of wraps around. So we're not here for too long. And so wherever you are, start to make your way up to your armpit, kind of just about here. If you're on the wall or you're lying on the ground, I just want you to think of applying pressure almost like you're shearing the ball up without actually moving it. Good. Just 3 more breaths here, enjoying the stillness and the pressure. And coming onto the other side. Same idea. Rolling out the side body. And it feels really nice to kind of release around the rib cage, because these muscles, when they're really tight, they can also inhibit us from taking deep breaths. So let's start to find our way to the sweet spot and stay. Steady breaths, absorbing the pressure. And we'll find our way back up. So we've come to the point in our rollout where we're going to use our block. So grab your block, grab your small balls. You can have them free from their tote and come to lay on your back. Lift your hips up and prop the block underneath that area that we just rolled. Your free smaller balls, you're going to nestle right into your upper back, right at the base of the neck, and create the shimmy now in the upper body, just like you were doing with your hips earlier, we're going to do up top. Allow your movements to settle, finding more of a still place. Readjust your therapy balls. I'm sure somewhere along that shimmy you felt an area that felt tight that you would like to focus your attention on here. So readjust as you need. The added pressure of the hips lifted is really helping to drive these therapy balls past the soft tissue and into the muscle. Create some movement with your arms now, lifting them overhead and pulling them down beside you as you bend your elbows. And pause when your arms come back down. You're going to lift so you can take the balls out for a moment, and then you're going to take the block out as well. Now you're going to snuggle the therapy balls a little bit farther down between the top part of your shoulder blades. Settle in. Find your breath. Reach your arms up towards your ceiling. And now spread your shoulder blades apart. Lift your arms up higher. This is protracting the shoulder blades. And then allow them to settle back down. Protract your shoulder blades. Lift and reach. And release. Do that a few times on your own. Next time your arms are reaching up and away, shoulder blades are spreading, cross your arms over one another, reaching the hands around by your shoulders. Give yourself a little hug. Find that shimmy action again, nuzzling the balls now into the depths of the muscles between our shoulder blades. Pause your movement, reach your arms back up, and then lower them down. Roll down about an inch. So we're a little bit farther down, but still between the shoulder blades. Arms reach up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades protract and spread apart. And release. Spread and lift. And release. Spread and lift. Keep that. Cross your arms. Find that hugging action. And initiate the shimmy. Find stillness. Reach your arms back up for the ceiling and then lowering down. So we have muscles, the erector spinae, they run all the way the full length of your back. And rolling up and down either side of your spine feels really nice. So you can create a chugging action, lifting your hips now, rolling back towards the upper back and finding your way down. If you find that the therapy balls are a bit out of control, like I do, I like to return them into their tote. And placing then the spine in between, finding that kind of little groove area. You can chug up and down the length of your spine. Stay in any areas that, you know, particularly feel like they need some extra attention. Cracks and pops are normal here. About another 30 seconds or so. Okay. I'm going to close our roll out with a neck release. So you're going to grab your block, place your toted therapy balls on top, and lower back down to a laying position. Placing the therapy balls right at the base of your neck. Subtle movements come in. You can nod the head up and down. And we can take the head side to side. You can stay on the right side and recreate that nod up and down so it targets the outer edge of the neck. And you can come back to center and over to the left. Same idea, find the nod up and down. And an opportunity for your own exploration here. And let's remove the therapy balls and the block. Allow your head to connect down. Take your finger pads by your temples, lifting kind of up and diagonally out. Move your jaw around a bit. Come down, sweep that midsection of the earlobe. And then allow your arms to move down to your sides. Pausing in this state of relaxation. And you can rest here as long as you like, but we have concluded the guided portion of our rollout session. So